down. So I thought I would tackle this subject. You know, this video was, I guess, recorded on Christmas, or it was seen on the Joe Buttons podcast, and Dr. Umar Johnson was a guest. I'm not the biggest Joe Button fan in the world. I mean, he is the epitome of a one hit wonder. But nevertheless, Dr. Umar Johnson, one of the most controversial figures, you know, whether you like him or not, and it's always split right down the middle how you feel about the dude. But, it is what it is. But I agree with some of the stuff he says, and then there's some things where I just think he's way off base. I think sometimes what rubs people the wrong way about him. I feel like he defends black women way too much than what he should, and I feel like he don't hold them accountable. And I feel like they love to run to him when they get called out on some of their actions. Which at the end of the day, you know, um, there was never an election, and somebody voted Dr. Umar the voice of all reason. Oh, appreciate that. Appreciate that. You know, appreciate that. But you know, now I didn't agree with what he said about Kobe Bryant's wife, Vanessa. I'm gonna shut this down and I'm gonna just speak on this once and for all. I'm still debating, oh, should I do a video about it? But at the end of the day, that was Kobe Bryant's wife. He left everything to her. She was the beneficiary. She can do whatever she want to do with the money and spend it however she sees fit. You know, do I think she could consider doing that? Maybe not. But at the end of the day, people have to remember what you expect. His wife is not black. Should anybody be surprised by that? Kobe Bryant's wife is Mexican. So, or excuse me, former wife, because Kobe Bryant is not here anymore. God rest his soul to the late great Kobe Bryant. She's not, he's not here anymore. So she can spend it however she sees fit. They probably even didn't even have this discussion. Probably if Kobe was here, he would have did it. But at the end of the day, you got to understand, when you marry outside your race, a lot of times they're not conscious of that kind of stuff, whether it's intentional or unintentional. So Dr. Umar should understand that better than everybody. But, at the end of the day, um, it worked. He got people talking about him. His name is all over the internet, so if he did it intentionally, it worked because he got everybody talking about him. But, you know, I'm not going to say shout out to Dr. Umar Johnson. I'll just say, hey, interesting. Now, he spoke on a lot of different things, and we always seem to find ourselves circling back to this whole subject of Marshall Bruce Matters, stage name Eminem, about this whole GOAT notion. And I'm gonna tell you something, Eminem fans, they're so emotionally unstable and fragile and sensitive. They talk this talk as if, you know, they know everything. My thing is, if you stand on what you believe about Eminem, why the hostility towards people that have a difference of opinion? Why do you guys harass people who disagree with you? And it's funny how Eminem fans love the holler racism, the black and the white ones, when really it's the real racist is the white Eminem fans, and the black ones are just a bunch of coons and softies and handkerchief heads that don't have no backbone. Story of America with a lot of black people in this country. Eminem fans remind me of politicians. Monkey see, monkey do. Unfortunately, see no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil. And I'm not referring to my people as monkeys, the racial terminology like a couple of cornballs used to refer to, uh, goofy niggas like John Coffey. I just can't. What a lame. But nevertheless, I'm gonna stop talking about that goofy nigga. But you know you are lame though, dude. You're goofy, you know. But one thing I'm tired of. I am tired of the bullying and the harassment from Eminem stands, as if we can't have an opinion. Most of my subscribers have said this several times. I've said this several times, but it seems to fall on uh, deaf people's ear. They seem to be tone deaf when you say this. I've said on several occasions, I never said that Eminem didn't have any talent. I never said that he couldn't rap. But for you to try to tell me and other people that we have to put him in our top five or say he's the GOAT, why? Because you say so? You know, so he's a goat because you say so. Like I say, the real racists are the white Eminem fans that tell you that you have to put him in your top five or say he's the goat, and then have the audacity to call you racist or a hater. And then if that's the case, then once again, how come when I say, well, if you're saying that you don't like Eminem and you critique him and say, hey, I don't like his music, you're a racist or you're a hater. Okay, so let me get this straight. You can critique everybody's music except Eminem. So let me get this straight. I can critique any black artist and say their music is good or bad without any backlash. Now, in case you guys don't know, remember when I did a review of the long awaited Jay Electronica album that I said was hot garbage? It was hot trash, water, garbage. Shout out to Mike Rich. That album was pure garbage. I was like, this is what we waited 10 years for. So let me get this straight. I can criticize him, and you non-blacks and whites can criticize Jay Electronica, but we can't say nothing about Eminem. Or we're racist. By the way, there's no such thing as a black racist, or we're a hater. So if you live by that logic, then that means you're a racist if you say anything that's made by a black artist is trash. So you sure y'all want to play that game? You sure you want to play that game? Because see, when you start bringing that up, then all of a sudden they get quiet. Oh yeah, you mean like Curtis 50 Cent Jackson, who always seemed to come to Eminem's radio? You know what I find amazing about this? The man himself never responds to this stuff. Eminem don't respond to this stuff because he doesn't care. But you have people that anytime you say something, they try to harass you. They try to bother you. They try to say you're stupid. They try to say you ignorant. They try to call you out your name. What is up with the name calling? So because I have a difference of opinion and and other people have a difference of opinion on where they rank Eminem as far as all-time greatness, oh, they're a hater, they're racist. They don't know. First of all, no white person, take it however you want, cannot out black me, out culture me. You can't even really have a conversation with hip hop because I've been with hip hop from its beginning stages. A lot of you clowns came about in the you know long when hip hop was established. And another thing that make me so mad that irritates the hell out of me is this whole notion anybody over the age of 42 know damn well that Eminem didn't pave the way for white rappers. They were playing. That's another thing. That's another misconception that bothers me. So when people say that, oh, we don't like Eminem because he's white, that's a lie. That's a damn lie. And it's easy to debunk. Everybody knows there were plenty of white rappers. Everlast made his claim in hip hop in the late 80s, early 90s, and then he went on to be, join the House of Pain, put out one of the greatest hip hop songs, probably one of the greatest top 100 hip hop songs in history, Jump Around. Then the Beastie Boys arguably made probably one of the top 5 greatest hip hop albums in history, and License to Ill. Once again, the Beastie Boys put out their first album in 1986. It's been almost 40 years since License to Ill hit the stores. Nobody cared that the Beastie Boys were white. Third Base came out with the gas face and all that kind of stuff. They were white. Nobody cared because they made good music. So this whole notion when these cornball Eminem stands try to say, oh, that we don't like Eminem because he's white. Eminem is a couple of years older than me. Eminem came out in 1999, and I said on several occasions I did buy some of his albums. But Eminem, he just got to the point he just got beyond ridiculous with some of his songs. And then this whole notion about nobody can beat Eminem in a rap battle and all that stuff. Eminem lost rap battles. He lost his rap battle to the game. The game bodied him on that song. And it took Eminem like almost 2.5 years to respond to that song because he couldn't think of nothing. Then he came with this fake line, oh, they don't play me at the club, I'll play at arenas. Well, the game didn't perform at arenas. Big deal. The game didn't perform at the Staples Center. He didn't perform at arenas, so that wasn't a hotline. The game bodied him. And to be honest with you, I thought Machine Gun Kelly's song Rap Devil was better than Kill Shot. But because of politics, it's almost the same comparison when you have the LL Cool J versus Cannabis situation, which, by the way, that was an epic battle. My own personal opinion, I thought LL won. Don't get me wrong. Second round KO was a hard. I mean, he really got at LL, but LL to me, in the grand scheme of things, he prevailed. And that's just my personal opinion. We can think different, and that's fine. We're allowed to think different. But one thing that bothers me is, like I said, you get guys like MC Shan who sit up there and constantly try to cape for Eminem. Eminem can speak for himself. And don't say that hip hop is American culture. No, it's black culture. And the problem is with us black people, we love surrendering. And this is why they don't respect us as black men, because we scared to stand up for what we created. Once again, I'm going to say this, no Puerto Ricans and no Latinos helped create rap. You didn't create a damn thing. We created this. I have the receipts. Tariq Nasheed is coming with the receipts. And you know the funny thing about this whole Eminem thing that I love? You know you know what's so funny? And I'm finna drop the mic. This is a drop the mic moment. I want everybody to record this part. If you got a YouTube channel, you can use this line. I'm finna drop the mic. I'm finna shut these fake Eminem fans down. The people that couldn't stand Eminem when he first came out, his biggest detractors who didn't believe in him were white. They the ones that was throwing his demo tapes in the garbage. They didn't believe in him. Black people believed in him. So for y'all sitting up here saying that people is racist, if we don't say Eminem is the GOAT, the real racist arguably was you. You were the biggest Eminem haters, not us. I said this before. Eminem didn't drop. Like I said, Eminem didn't make his. Listen, his music just didn't age very well, and that's just the problem. And you have too much pandering when it comes to him. Just like when I was listening to Jess Hilarious talk about who. Okay, Jess, stop the cap. You know damn well you don't listen to no Eminem. Stop the cap. Eminem have a distinctive audience. I'm from the Bay Area. The Bay Area was done with Eminem after his second album, really. And then even when Eminem kind of like first came out, people weren't really bumping him like that. Okay. People wasn't even really. Eminem is kind of like what you would call a guilty pleasure type of rapper. He's somebody you listen to when ain't nobody around. If you black, you name me one barbecue where you heard somebody play a song that had Eminem in it. You name one black barbecue where somebody was bumping Eminem. You can't. You name me one club you ever went to in the urban city that they was bumping Eminem. You name me one chick that you ever took out on a date and you said, "Hey, baby, you want to hear some music?" And she said, "Play some Eminem." Because you can't. You can't. You can't. It's, you know, because I'm just telling the truth. I'm not attacking Marshall Matters. But listen, Marshall did made some. Do you know the funny thing about Eminem? I say this all the time. The best songs Eminem put out, he never released as singles. Role Model, that was a pretty good song. That was a good song. And he dropped some, and I ain't gonna lie, he dropped some hot lines before, because like on that his debut song. Because actually, How My Name Is wasn't the first song that he put out. He actually put out I Don't Give it, I Don't Give a F. That was that song where he say Slim Shady, brain dead like Jan Brady, which that was a hotline. And he's dropped some hot bars, but then he just had some songs where he absolutely said nothing. And like I said, Rain Man, that was a good song. I Never Knew Why, that was a good song. Skippy the Bebop, Christopher Reed, Sonny Bones, Sees Horses While He's Hitting Some Trees. See, that's what I'm saying. And then Eminem, he got bodied on that song, Remember Me. Sticky Fingers, it was a rap. So that's for you people that think I really didn't listen to Eminem's songs, that think I'm just hating or quote unquote being racist, which by the way, like I said, there's no such thing as a black racist. Okay. If, for real. I'm just telling the truth. Like I said, the real racists are Eminem fans. And like I said, y'all so emotionally unstable. Like, why is it when somebody, and I'll hear people say, "Hey, man, Eminem is good, but he ain't in my, he not my goat. He's not even in my." Oh, here we go, here we go, here we go, here we go. What part y'all don't understand? We don't have to like Eminem because you say so. We don't have to have Eminem as a goat because you say so. And I wish you black Eminem fans would fight as hard for, you know what I'm saying, racism and white supremacy, police brutality, like you want to defend this white rapper that's worth $200 million, maybe even more. Eminem is doing fine on that part. Like I said, Eminem doesn't ever respond to this stuff. But then you always got to have these watchdogs, these henchmen like 50 Cent, who only seem to be fixated on trolling black people. Because 50 Cent, like I said, and you can send this to Curtis DeCoon Jackson. 50 Cent only likes trolling and messing with black people. But when you ask him to speak up for the most part against, against some of the things that's going on in our community. And then here's the thing. This is what makes Eminem, like I said, not a GOAT. Because like I said before, a GOAT status is somebody that universally like can be played anywhere. This is real talk. Take it however you want. Snoop is more of a GOAT than Eminem is. Snoop is played in the streets. He's played in the clubs. He's played in the suburbs. He's played pretty much everywhere. So Snoop is more of a GOAT than, and then let's just keep it a buck. Eminem catalog couldn't touch Snoop's catalog, even if he tried. Snoop got too much work in. Why you think Eminem didn't really want to do no versus battle? Because at first they wanted him to go up against DMX. He said no. Then they said go up against Busta Rhymes. He didn't really want it with Busta Rhymes. So this is all I'm saying. Like I said, I know this hip hop stuff because I'm a brother. I didn't listen to some Eminem songs where he would just say some stuff. You would just be like, all right, man, I got to turn this song off. Just like I can't even recite the lines that he said on the song he did with Big Sean called No Favors. The dude said he solemnized like a you know what. And I was like, man, all right, man, come on, dude. Come on, dude. Then on the Relapse album, he had this song where he just started talking. I mean, like I said before, sometimes you see a Pootie Tang effect with Eminem too, sometimes. And I'm glad Eminem did do a versus battle because his delusional fans, Eminem could have played his worst songs and people would have said, oh, Eminem won. He won. And then I do think to a certain degree when Dr. Umar says it's sort of like a white supremacy mentality that some of these dudes have when, especially the black ones, when they sit up here and try to argue with other black people about Eminem. And it's the truth. As a black man, and I'm just telling the truth, even if I didn't believe it, I would never, even if I was a rapper, and I did rap at times. I made songs. And the thing is, a lot of people got mad at some of these rappers that basically broke through the facade that Eminem was the messiah of rap. People got mad at Game and criticized him because at first they wanted him to be praising Eminem and washing his dirty white drawers like everybody else. And Game came to the conclusion, why should I sit up here and say that this dude is better than me? And of course, he got called out his name. He got called this, he got called that. But Game is a really underrated battle rapper. Because I remember he made like a 10-minute song where he went in on the G Unit. He went in on everybody. So Game is pretty solid as far as rap go. Just telling the truth. Oh, Game can spit. He really can. But all I'm saying is he went against the machine because I really do think behind the scenes they have this oath that you ain't really supposed to speak against the white boy. I don't know if Jimmy Iovine was sending checks to people saying, say Eminem is this, say Eminem is that. And the funny part about it is, here's another mic I'm finna drop on you white people who love to say Eminem is the GOAT and all this stuff. And if we don't have Eminem in our top 5 or whatever, then we're a hater. Well, here's the thing. If it wasn't for black people, you wouldn't have your precious Eminem. So if Eminem is the GOAT, it's because of him listening to rappers like Redman, Big Daddy Kane. Who else did he say he was inspired by? MC Shan, LL Cool J, and guys like that. Last time I checked, guess what color all those rappers are? Black. So because of black people, that's how Eminem, quote unquote, became your so-called GOAT, because of black rappers and black people. Drop the mic on y'all again. This is a no-win battle for y'all. So if we don't say Eminem is the GOAT, it's still a win for us. And if we do decide to say Eminem is a GOAT, it's a win for us because he was inspired by black people. And the funny thing is, the reason why Eminem do some of that charity work, which is fine. I'm okay with him doing charity work and giving back to people and helping people out. That's fine. I mean, he should. That's the least he could do. You got to understand, Eminem made a whole bunch of racist songs where he talked bad on black people, and he used the ER in his lyrics, not the A, like it make any other difference. But guess what? Black people, being the forgiving people they are, only towards people that are not black, not towards black people, they moved on from it. So yeah, Eminem should do the things he do, because at the end of the day, he owe his whole career to black people, to Dr. Dre, who found his demo tape and found him when other record labels didn't want him. So as far as Eminem putting 50 Cent on, that's the least he could do. So once again, to you white people, to you racists, and to you coons, once again, Eminem only exists because of black people. Boom! This is too easy. So do you want some more? 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 Now what? Shutting y'all down, making y'all look. This is just fun. Oh, I'm gonna tell you something. That character, Tommy from Power, that character is loosely based off Eminem if he was tough. Come on now. Y'all didn't figure that out? Come on, man. I said this years ago that character that 50 Cent designed for Power, Tommy is Eminem when he had the blonde hair. Now Eminem have like brown hair and got the beard and everything. You know, I know my stuff, man. I know my stuff. See, the thing is with me, the thing is, I'm shutting these Eminem fans down. I'm shutting the racists down and I'm shutting the coons down. Because I beat them with their own words. I beat them at their own game. I bodied them one way or another. Eminem is who he is because of black people. Eminem, who he isn't because of black people. So there you have it. I mean, this was just too. This was just too. This is just too easy. But I really do feel that it was some kind of thing going on behind the scenes that for some reason to just put a shield over this dude. And the way people just like protect this dude is it's just unheard of and it's just weird. I remember a couple of years ago, this is about a few years ago. Do you know it was some white dude who made a video talking about that he was gonna get my channel shut down because I made videos talking about Eminem. Somebody sent it to me. Man made a 10-minute video. I'm gonna get his channel shut down. For what? For what? Because I have a difference of opinion? It like I said, it just goes. See, that's the thing about them. They talk a good game, but they they really mentally weak. That's the whole premise of white supremacy is to be supreme over somebody and the not think, not think for yourself, think how they think. Well, this is why I laugh because I have fun like bodying these Eminem fans because it's a win-win situation for black people one way or another. Like I said, these people sit up there and say that black people be hating on Eminem. Like I said, the people that was hating on Eminem at first is his own kind. His own kind didn't believe in him. They had to get convinced and get the so called stamp of approval from us. So that's how he got put on. This is facts. But like I said before, I agree with a lot of stuff that Dr. Umar Johnson said in regards to Eminem, and that we need to stop saying that. If you are aspiring rapper, hey, look, listen, if you like Eminem, that's fine. But as a black man, don't ever say somebody that look like you or don't look like you is better than you. You always supposed to believe that you the best, and ain't nothing wrong with that. And that's the problem. Black men are in a very bad state now because we've been conditioned, and I do mean conditioned and groomed to believe that we need to get told by everybody else how good we are. And if we hear from people that look like us, it doesn't have any value to it. I'm telling you, from black men all across the world, from one black man to another. And what was funny? Most of y'all know what I look like. One time somebody told me he didn't believe I was black. Yeah. Well, both my biological parents are black. My mother is a light skinned black woman, and my father was a dark skinned black man. But My father was born in Monroe, Louisiana, and my mother was born in Houston, Texas. And my mother's father was full blown Haitian, dark skin. My grandmother was from Louisiana, and her parents were black with a speck of Cherokee Indian. So I have a little bit of Indian in my DNA, just a splash, but I'm black. But that was hilarious. That that was hilarious when somebody told me that. But so you know, but oh, okay, yeah. So I'm just I'm just saying, as black men, we should stop like feeling like we need to be validated by somebody that don't look like us. I don't need no Asian man or no Hispanic man or no white man or no other form of non-black to tell me how good I am and how special I am. If you hear from me, that should have some value to it because I'm speaking to my black men. We got to stop like letting people devalue us, and we got to stop letting people take away our voice, and we got to start standing up for each other. I'll go to battle. I'll go, the funny thing is people have invited me to come on panels and have this discussion about Eminem, but see, I know what they'll try to do. What they would try to do is they would try to have just me who would be quote unquote what they would call anti Eminem, which I'm not anti Eminem, and they would have about 5 or 6 people that's pro Eminem, and what they'll try to do is they'll try to surround me with a couple of coons that's gonna speak, because I know this formula that's gonna try to speak on why Eminem is this and try to make it look like I'm a hater. And see, here's the thing though. Um, One thing that then went down in Eminem's stock that hurt his stock is when Outkast surpassed him as the highest selling album with Speaker Box the Love Below, because that was the go-to argument with a lot of these Eminem stands. Well, no, my father came to Oakland like when he was when my grandfather split with my split with my grandfather. He brought my dad and my uncles with him to the Bay Area, so from Monroe, and I still have family in Monroe. So um never been down there, but don't plan on going down there, but but nah, but for real. But nah, my dad went to McClymonds. He went to McClymonds. I think he was there because my father, he was a bit older than my mom. So, um, he was at McClymonds possibly. Um, I think he was there when Frank Robinson and both Bill Russell was there because I think Bill Russell and Frank Robinson was at McClymonds at the same time. I think Kirk Flood, I think came there later, but nah, but yeah, but I'm just saying though. First of all, I don't even know where Monroe, Louisiana is. So I wouldn't, like I said, it ain't no reason for me to go out there. So I mean, I'm just, I'm just keeping it a buck. It's no reason to go out there. I mean, for real. You know what I'm saying? If they happen to find me, then so be it. But I'm not going out there just to be going out there. You know, I don't even know where Monroe is, except it's somewhere in Louisiana. Oh, okay. Right on. Right on. Right on. But nah, but like I said before. Okay. But yeah, man, like I said before, Dr. Umar Johnson was spot on when he said that some of these people have a zaddy complex when it comes to Eminem. Like I said, a lot of these people have this Mr. Cooper of good white folks, especially the black ones. And like I said, it's just, the stupidity and the mental weakness of some of these young generation of black men is cringeworthy and scary at the same time. You just, trying to have a conversation with them is just like, wow. And just hearing how they talk and how submissive they are. And I think that's the problem. But at the end of the day, this is the end results of psychological damage. That's going all the way back to the slave days, from the house nigga to the field nigga thing, and also being raised by a single woman, a single black woman. And this is why black women need to shut the fuck up and stop trying to say that they're better men than we are, because they're not. And if you're listening and you a black woman, you're not. Never have been, never will be. You're not a better man than we are. I know that Zaddy has conditioned you and got you to believe that, because he put you in certain situations that was designed to make you believe that bull, but it's not true. It's not even remotely true whatsoever. Well, it's something to that. It's something to that. It really is. It's something to that. It's something to that. Trust me. Listen, when I did the video about Christian Keys, I knew who he was talking about instantly. I already knew who he was talking about. But don't say that. Please do not say that dude's name. We know who Christian Keys was talking about. We know who the hell he was talking about. Do not say that dude's name. You can put his initials, but don't say that dude's name. You know who he was talking about. Man, let me tell you something, Damien. At the end of the day, I got some ether for, not some of these black women, not sisters, so-called feminist black women, because like I said, I'm gonna address a lot of stuff later on today. Yes, Damien, him. We knew exactly who he was talking about. I already knew when because Christian Keys live in Atlanta. I already knew who he was talking about. I come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. We knew who he was talking about. Have you seen some of the stuff? I mean, it didn't take a rocket scientist to know who he was talking about. But Christian Keys always been kind of like, he kind of was always one of them brothers that stood out, and I could tell he didn't really like doing business with the dude. But due to the fact that this particular person almost single-handedly runs black film in Atlanta, unless you do it independently, then unfortunately you have to deal with him whether you like it or not. You need to go see that movie, if you can, American Fiction. Um, if you can, they gonna take a little swipe at dude towards the end of that film. Well, thank you, bro, because I had common sense. I had common sense. I had common sense. But yeah, but in closing, you guys, like I just needed to put this out there because um Dr. Umar Johnson may be a complex um guy at times. I don't want to get into the whole thing about the school and everything because we've been arguing about the school for the last 10 years or maybe 10 plus years. But I will say this much. What he said on the podcast had a lot of merit to it about some of these black Eminem fans have an overseer, zaddy, um, master mentality when it comes to him because they made you believe that he was allegedly the GOAT. And then some of these rappers, now some of these rappers, they probably do think he's good. And like I said before, I never said Eminem didn't have any talent. Never said the dude couldn't rap. And we've all went down this road before. Most of us said, "Hey, Eminem, he do got talent. He can rap, but he doesn't have a global audience." Like I said, Snoop Dogg has a global audience where Snoop Dogg pretty much then made himself be able to fit pretty much anywhere in any situation. Like I said before, I ain't been to no barbecue, no black barbecue, and somebody played Eminem. I can I could drive through Oakland right now. Well, it's raining right now. I could go back to my old hood. I could drive through Oakland right now, and I promise you, you won't hear nobody bumping no Eminem. Actually, Detroit rap is like the hot commodity now. All the guys out of Detroit, like right now, Detroit is running the rap game. You know, Detroit, they running the rap game. I'm talking about all those dudes like Peasy, Payroll, Giovanni, Babyface, Ray, T Grizzly, some of the other guys like Detroit, they doing their thing as far as the rap thing go. They doing their thing. And then another thing I like about Detroit, if you look on Tubi, they doing their own thing when it comes to the movie stuff as well. Because most of those movies on Tubi take place in Detroit. So, and then a lot of those plots of the movies, they be thought provoking and stuff. And to a certain degree, they don't glamorize the stuff. Most of these dudes play dudes in the particular situations and stuff, but they don't glamorize it. It's sort of like, consequences of your actions and that kind of stuff. So, you know, and I think a lot of people need to jump on that wave because I think we need to get as far away from Hollywood as possible because Holly weird don't mean us no good, and it just need to be said. But yeah, shout out to Detroit, man. Oh yeah, Rakim, man. Man. Listen, dude, if y'all don't think these dudes is getting cash app notices or getting sent checks to say this kind of stuff, then think again. Yeah. So I'm just saying, yeah, Detroit, they doing their thing, man. Detroit actually Detroit is doing their thing though as far as the movie stuff go. Cause like I said, I think the direction they going is showing people that you can open up another avenue without necessarily going through Hollyweird. It's just too many politics and Hollyweird. It's like they want to control everything. And that's what that movie American Fiction was about. Is about them telling you what type of material to put out, how they see you. So there you have it. But anyway, Appreciate you guys. I'll be back with more later on.